Ciao, I'm Mario, a Swiss car guy on YouTube, and today it's time to work on the Firebird because this car needs a service, and I think it has needed a service for quite some time because this car is now due for an emissions test, and last time it was due for an emissions test, the garage said, well, you know, it barely passed, the car could do with a service, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a service very soon. It's been 2 years since, and I have no idea when the car was serviced before that. So now I'm going to do a very basic service. Oil, filter change, air filter, and the spark plugs, which on these cars apparently is not very easy because there's not a lot of room in the engine bay, especially with the emissions stuff that this car has. Because you see, this is an original Switzerland car, which means this was sold by General Motors Europe. Hence the few differences to a regular Firebird, like the taillights and stuff. But another thing is, in 1989, when this car was new, Switzerland had the same emissions regulations as California. Therefore, this car has all the California smog equipment that, of course, I'm not allowed to remove because this is Switzerland. So in order to change the spark plugs, apparently I need to access it from the bottom. Or at least the bottom is the easiest way to do it, but it's still apparently a difficult job. So let's get the car in the air and then let's try to change the spark plugs. I will also do an oil change and everything, but I'm going to do the spark plugs first and the oil service second because before I do the oil change, I want to warm the car up so the oil is nice and warm and flows out easily. But for changing the spark plugs, I don't want the car to be hot because first off, I need to work next to the engine or on the engine, and I need to work past the exhaust, and I'd rather not burn myself while changing the spark plugs. I think the job is hard enough as it is. So let's get cracking with the spark plugs. Okay, so we are underneath the car looking at the engine. This is the passenger side, and we have the spark plugs. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 from the top, from the front. These should be easily accessible. Let's check the other side. Which probably doesn't make any difference because you can't see that anyway, but okay. 1 is very accessible, 2 is kind of accessible. This is accessible, this is not very accessible, but well, grit went into the eye. Yeah, that's a point for wearing goggles, I guess, when working overhead. Something I might have to address right now. Okay, I put on some goggles to protect my eyes while looking up. Okay, the spark plugs. Well, the first one here is very easy to get to. You won't see anything, but I can hardly see them. This from the front, this possibly from the bottom. Below, isn't it? This from here, most likely. This is a very awkward height for me. Maybe I should lower the car and then sit on a stool. Oh, it's very oily. I wonder if this is power steering fluid or what, because it's leaking from the top. From there. I'll do one spark plug at a time, so I don't mess up the leads and anything, but let me change it to this view. Maybe this is a bit better. You still won't see what the hell I'm doing, but okay, getting the plugs off might be the first challenge already. Damn. How long has these been on? Let's see if this rusty old thing can help. And this is one that I can still get easily to, and I already struggle at that. Oh yeah, but it is off. Good. Okay, so now I should be able to take the spark plug off. Look at this. Can you see it? This is the spark plug lead, and this is a spark plug here. Somewhere. Like, yeah, you cannot see it because the exhaust is in the way. Right straight up. Okay. Let's try and get the spark plug out of the way. For that, I need to figure out the right size of the socket that I need. 5/8 it is. Yeah, the short extension is too long. Oh my God. Come on. Can I get it on by hand? Yeah, that was my lamp. Do I need it actually? Nope. I think in this case I'll better off without the lamp in my way. Very little movement. But I can get it out. It will take 3,000 years. Ah! Hit my head again. Wait a minute. I might have a tool. This thing, which should transfer the motion to the other side. Which means I can get this end here into the socket and this end on my wrench. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, this has worked. This has worked, and now the spark plug should be free to turn. Hey, and we have one spark plug out. How is this doing? It's a bit black. My God, how am I so dirty? Anyway, this is my spark plug. I hit my head. This is how I'm so dirty, by hitting my head. Okay, so one spark plug is out. The old one was a Champion spark plug. The new one is a Denso, because Japanese, right? Okay, let's see if I can get it back in. Let's get it in. Not going in. It's going in. Or maybe it's not. Because it feels like there's a bit too much resistance. It doesn't help that there is immediately like a piece of metal right above it. It shouldn't be this tough. Let's use this contraption again. Man, this thing really works. Huh? Oh, it fell out. Come on, I need some purchase. Yeah, now it's in. Nice and tight. And now I will never be able to get this thing off. No, it's off. Good. Okay, so this thing worked. To my amazement, let's put the cap back on to the spark plug. Oh, if I could only see it. Man, this cap. Okay, the cap is on. Now let's do the way more difficult spark plug right below the exhaust, which has an angle style cap actually, which is much easier to undo. Okay, the cap is already off. The cap, I mean the plug. I mean the distributor connector. Yeah, you know what I mean. Now let's see if I can ever get to it in any way imaginable. Because this seems like really difficult to get to. I can see it from here, but I will never be able to reach it. Let's see. Wow, these glasses are not very good, these goggles. So I have to take them off and risk having stuff fall in my eye. Maybe if I try to put the socket on and then I come up with the extension and everything, maybe then I can do it. After I break my back here. Okay, the spark plug socket is on. Now let's try to get the ratchet on. This is too long. Ugh. Damn. Okay. Should have lowered the car so I could at least sit down. Okay, I have it on somehow. Loose, 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 loose. Oh. Oh my God, this isn't so tight. It does loose, but I am skinning some knuckles here. Why does this have so much resistance still? I think this is now fully loose. Yeah, it is. Okay. So the wrench and one adapter is off. Now I should have enough clearance to get the rest off as well. And by rest I mean the spark plug actually. Well, even though it's not turning. No, it is turning very poorly. Ah. I thought this was loose, but it might not be. I'm trying to turn it by hand, but it doesn't want to really work. Okay, now it's really loose. And you just see my dirty face. Oh, I think it's out. Boom. One further spark plug out. Jesus. Okay, now let's do the front one, which is the easy one, I believe, because it's accessible. It's right here. This light doesn't help. But it's right here. Ah, you cannot even see it. Fantastic. Let's move the camera a bit. Then maybe you can see it. It's right here. There. There. It's there. So let's get the plug off. Yeah, these angled plugs are way easier to remove than the straight ones. Come on, get on properly. Wait, is this actually in removal mode? Nope. Still. Get it on properly. Yes, it is on properly. Now I should be able to get it off. Yep. Having a lift is a boon, even though I hit my head all the time. But if I had to do it on the floor or on jack stands or something like this, I would be cursing more, but possibly it might be more comfortable because I would be laying flat on my back instead of doing Quasimodo here. So I don't know. Not going to complain, having a lift is a big luxury, but it's still. If it went just 20 centimeters higher, then I wouldn't have to crouch all the time. Spark plug out, looks okay-ish. I am not setting the gap on the spark plugs because I think they are set properly. They also come with these little protectors to make sure even in transport if they get damaged, the gap doesn't change. And also the ones I removed had pretty much the same gap, so I'm not even going to bother bending the little contact. Oh no, let's get this started by hand again. It's the better way. Let's get it by hand as far as it will go, because it's faster and you risk doing less damage. Okay, this is it. And now we tighten it with the wrench. Or a ratchet, I mean, it's... Come on. Get on there. Now it's on. And now it's tight. Good. Let's get this off. Good, good, good. Let's put the plug back on. Boom. Great. We did one side, one half is done, but apparently this is supposed to be the harder side of the two. Also, there's grease coming out of all the bearings. Is it bearings? It's the ball joints, because it has the ball joints that you can grease. So I might actually grease them later on, because even though there's so much grease dripping out, but most of it is on my head now. So let's do the other side. All right, I will now lower the car, reconnect the battery, and then start it, let it run to see if it works, first and foremost. And then also I let it warm up a bit so the oil gets all warm and I can change it more easily. So let's get the car down. Seems to run fine. Good, the car has had a couple of minutes to warm up. It's all ticking and warm now, so it can now go up. And then we do the oil change. All right, so we're back below the car. And now it's time to change the oil, which is, here is the sump. It's kind of, it has a contact on it. I don't know why it has it. And also I lowered the car so that I can now sit on a stool, so I don't have to bend my back and I can sit, which is very comfortable, and get my feet up in the air. So let's get my oil catcher. The oil catcher, let's set the height. Oh, as close as possible. Oh yeah, that means less splash. I will also open this. And I will open this. Yeah, maybe I need to lower it a bit because I cannot access it like this. Okay. Now I have to get this contact off, I believe. Yeah, which is very, very oily. Is this leaking? I will clean it later. But now let's see what I need to get this off. A socket, most likely. I wonder what size, because this is a spark plug socket. This is not the right thing. Yeah, that's the ticket, 19. And let's see if we can loosen it. Oh yeah, this is not very tight at all, which is good. Good, good, good. This is nice when you can get the catch can this close to the engine. There's almost no chance of spilling anything. One thing I should have checked before draining the oil is the oil filter, because I have two oil filters here, one by Pronto and one by Wix. And I'm not sure which one is for this car, because I reckon I bought one for the Cadillac and one for the Pontiac, which means I think this one is for the Cadillac and this is for the Pontiac, but I'm not fully sure. They are definitely different, because it wouldn't be the first time I drain the oil on a car just to realize that I have the wrong filter. So let's hope I don't have the wrong filter, but the oil filter is up here. And this roughly looks the same. So let's hope this is the right oil filter. Since the oil filter is right here, I think I will try to take it off. Then I can compare it whether it's the right filter or not. I hope this goes off easy. Oh, it comes off easy, right? Maybe I need to let this down a bit. Yeah, it comes off by hand, which is fantastic. And now I'll raise this back up to minimize the impact of the dirt, of the spillage. Yeah, this is about as close as I want to get. And now let's take this filter off. Oh. Yep. It's oily, who would have thought? But there's a lot more oil coming out of the filter housing. So this is my old filter, a Fram PH30, and this is my new filter, a Wix 51069, which seems to be the right size. So I will put it back on. I'll put a bit of oil onto the rubber. Now I could fill this with oil, but my oil is not ready, so I'm not going to fill it with oil. Again, let's get this down so that I have enough space to put the new oil filter back on, which should fit. Yeah, maybe. Yep, and now we tighten it by hand. Okay, this is as tight as we want it. I think it's time to do a bit of cleaning with a bit of brake cleaner, because I made a bit of a mess here. Oh, is this brake cleaner finished? Nah, I still can do a bit. Let's clean this all up a bit, up a bit. And this connector here, because it's very oily. Even back here, it's all oily, but I'll first put the plug back on. Also, I'll get a copper washer for the plug, because I reckon there was a washer, but I dropped it inside here. Just to make sure it's the same. Yeah, there was a large washer. Okay. So let's get a fitting washer. Good, so a new washer is on the drain plug, and then we plug it back in. Before I tighten it, I want to give it another little bit of a clean, because it's still dirty with oil. Let's clean this. Yeah, this is all a bit dirty. Let's see how much we can get off. Still have no idea why there is an electrical connection on the drain plug, but let's tighten it first. Oh, come on. Tight enough. Not too, oh, well, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Okay, this is more I don't want to do. Let's plug in the little plug. The connector here. Which is a bit odd, but this turns around, so now it's out of the way. Good, this is all on, it's all tight. Okay, I got the grease gun out, so now I should be ready to start greasing some parts. These have nipples, so let's see if we can grease them. Nope, this doesn't hold. Is this on? Yeah, this is going in, nice. Let's do this one. No, this is not holding. No, this is not not going in. I wonder why. Let's try it again. No, it should be on now. Oh, it's not on anymore. This is a bit temperamental and short. Yeah, now the grease is coming out. Nice. Good. And down here. Yes, the grease is coming out. Good. I'll have the old grease come out so that good. This is nice and greased. And I'll do the same thing on this side. First nipple here. Nice. Second nipple here. Come on. Oh, there's a bit of a clearance issue here, but I should be able to get it on enough. Yes, coming right out. Good. Then This one, the little boil joint here. It's starting to push out. Good. Good. Is this a greasable joint too? Yes, let's do this. Yeah, it's coming out on the top. Good, so there's another joint at the other side as well, because I didn't know about this one. And let's grease this joint, because grease is the world. I don't see it come out. Okay, now I've let a lot of grease in it, but I don't feel or see it come out. Yeah, okay, but this is very well greased now. Okay. There is one more grease nipple here. I think this is like the steering pitman arm or something like that. So let's grease that baby. Oh yeah, this is now coming out nice. Good. So we even managed to smear the nipples, and then I think we're done under the car. It can go back down, the oil filter is on, the oil is changed, the plug is back on with a new washer. So, and we smeared the nipple, or we greased the nipple. I love saying that. Nipple! Let's get the car down and fill it up with oil. Let's do a fluid check. Washer is very low, I need to fill that up. Brake fluid is at a good level. What do we have with coolant? Coolant is above full hot, so I guess it's enough. Power steering would be interesting, if I ever find where it is, because it's on the other side. How are we doing on power steering fluid? Let's check it. It's actually good, even though my car is leaking power steering fluid, I think. I mean, I think, because the hoses are all oily, but now that I think of it, they aren't really. Huh, interesting. So anyway, oil here. Oh boy, I might be able to use my fancy funnel once more. Let's see if I have an adapter for this. No, this is in. Oh fuck, this was in. Well enough. Let's see if I can put. Yeah, this will work. So, with my fancy funnel, I can now fill it from a distance, from back of here. And here we have 5 liters of genuine GM motor oil, the exhaust 2. And the nice thing is, this is genuine GM motor oil, which is GM approved. Which is nice that GM approves their own oil. And again, I bought OEM, the correct oil, because this car needs 0W30, and this was the cheapest 0W30 I could find, the original GM one, the one that's supposed to be for the car. So I bought this. And the car takes about 4 liters, I think. These are American cars, they take no oil. So I will fill it a bit, and then I will stop to check the oil level with a dipstick. Now it's pretty much perfectly full. If you can see it, it's right here at the full mark. So I think this is it. All right. The engine air filter I hope I got the right one, because I bought a filter, but I'm not 100% sure it fits. Okay, let's take off this nut and this thing. Oh, and let me get the new filter first. Again, I bought 2 filters, one for the Cadillac and one for this car. And I reckon by the size of the box, this is the one that possibly fits this car. And the one for the Cadillac is probably just too large in general. This is a Pronto filter. Oh, it looks very similar, to be honest. Oh yeah, this works. Oh, this is very dirty. Is there an airflow? Nah. These are the same, right? Top and bottom. Ah, this fits nicely. Great. And it's so much cleaner. Whew. This is a dirty old filter. But I'm already happy that it fits. And it's too large for my trash can. Fantastic. Okay, let's put the cover back on. Come on. A nut and a washer. This is not going anywhere. Okay, done. Ow, hit my head. All right, so the service on the Trans Am is done. I changed the oil, I changed the spark plugs. I thought the spark plugs would be challenging, and I think they were, but I reckon it would take me a lot more time. And I think maybe I did it in like an hour or so, which admittedly is not fast. I think the spark plugs on the Cadillac I can do like in 15 minutes, all 8 of them comfortably, because you can reach everything, and in this car you can reach nothing. But it's done, new spark plugs are in, new oil is in, a new filter, a new air filter for the engine. So everything is good with this car now. And I need to go to a test drive, drive it a bit, see if everything is good, and then check the oil level once again to see, once it has settled, if I need to add a little bit, because these cars take no oil at all. Like 4 liters is the complete oil volume. The Lexus took twice as much. So I'm all done with this car, and by all done, I just mean the service, because this car still has a little exhaust leak. It has a little pinhole in the exhaust, which I want to attempt to weld. The thing is, I have never welded in my life, and even though I bought a very, very cheap welder, I still need to practice a bit first. And once I practice it, I might try to weld that tiny little hole. Or I need to get a new muffler, which, you know, I don't want to spend the money. I have a welder now, so I can try the welder. But this is probably stuff for another video. This video is enough here. Leave a comment about my work, or if I forgot something or whatever. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see future videos about this car, my Lexus, which seems to be cursed at the minute, my Porsche, and my Cadillac, which also still sort of exists. And of course, the workshop, the house, there is going to be an update video at some point, but time flies by, so subscribe for more. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.